I just want to say before getting into this that I also remember that moment of first coming to the campus and realizing that I wanted to go to school here. But if my dad had not put his arm around me and said, "You would do well here," I wouldn't have done it. As cranky and rebellious as I was, without my father's approval, I would not have done this. And thankfully, he got it long before I did. Oh, and my name is Bill Kern. I'm an alum. So, back to the script. First and foremost, I want to thank my mom, Leona Kern, for your... for the courage to do this and for taking on this philanthropic journey. And also my profound thanks to the Hampshire community for the honor of putting my dad's name on your building. And by the community, I mean students, of course, because in the years to come, you're going to have moments sitting in the cafe or possibly in one of the classrooms that will stay with you long, long after you've left the campus. And by the community, I also mean the faculty and the administration. Many of you have relocated your lives and your families in order to be a part of this school. And by the community, I especially mean the people who keep this place running year in and year out. Many of you grew up in the Pioneer Valley, and your families will be here for generations to come. For all of you, the R.W. Kern Center is your building, and I can assure you, you can be proud to have Ralph Kern's name on your building. Also, I want to say thank you to Mark, Steve, and Sam for being here today. It is mind-boggling to think that you have children who are older than we were when we were living together in Merrill and Prescott. And I'm confident that many of you current students have already met people here at Hampshire who will be your friends years and years from now, and they're going to turn out to be your oldest and most trusted friends. And let me also say that, like Gary and Jonathan, when I first came to college here, we didn't have alums. So there was nobody to stand up and tell us what they thought about anything. And so I can sincerely appreciate any skepticism you may have about what I'm going to say. At Hampshire College, I studied film and television production because I wanted to tell stories. My Div 3 centered around producing a weekly television show, which at Hampshire College amounted to organized anarchy. And even though television production is not what I'm doing today, while I was here, I developed a methodology or a process that has served me well because it gave me the tools to make myself into the person that I always wanted to be. And dare I say it, at Hampshire, I learned how to learn. But it had to be said. Now, in 2016, I'm part of a third-generation New York City real estate business. We manage buildings that we either built or acquired starting after World War II and throughout the 70s. It was a time when independent builders and entrepreneurs could work their way into the housing business. And today, my peers and I live on that continuum. And so it is not a hypothetical for me that a building or any project could take generations to come to fruition, and that it might not happen in the lifetime of those who begin the endeavor. Many, many years ago, my father explained to me that the reason why we have been able to prosper in the rental housing business is because people still shower, shave, and defecate the same way today as they have for the past 75 years. My dad liked words, and this is true. Therefore, our inventory does not become obsolete like your smartphone or a state-of-the-art video production studio. And so he said, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. But that was then, and now we all know the times they are a-changing, and we will have to reinvent the wheel. Now, there is truly something exciting about reinventing the wheel, because by creating something new, you figure out how things work, whereas my third-generation peers and I are experts in how things break. But ironically, that's what makes my experience relevant, because we live in a world based on an infrastructure that is not sustainable, and trust me, it's going to break. However, if we get this right, the R.W. Kern Center will be a prototype, a model of what a sustainable future could look like, so that when regular houses built by regular builders for regular people are built to the same specifications as the Kern Center, it will be a revolution. But the sobering thing about this for me personally is that I know it could take a generation or two to come to fruition, but even if I'm not here to see it happen, God willing, many of you will, and trust me, we are all living on a continuum. So for all of you who have conceived of and brought the Kern Center to completion, you have earned my admiration and my respect. And for all of you who will continue the journey and bring these ideas out into the world, you have my blessing. Good luck.